Hello, 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 beautiful people, and welcome back to another live experience with me, Leah C. Murphy. Let's get right into it. The fact of the matter is, we have a lot of concerns directly related to artificial intelligence as we're watching it evolve. By now, most professionals understand that AI can do a lot. It can do a lot of things. It can write, it can summarize, it might be able to analyze and automate in a lot of situations. And depending on your role, what you do for your organization today, that can feel either really exciting or it can feel unsettling. Two things can be true at the same time, even because whether or not we want to admit it, there's still a part of people who are wondering, what is this going to mean for me? What does this mean for my future? How do I navigate work? How do I navigate relationships? How do I navigate my career? So, according to reporting from the Wall Street Journal, Reuters, and Bloomberg News, companies are rapidly trying to figure out where AI fits, how it impacts productivity, and what will work over the next few years, months, years, and maybe even decades to come. But the thing that I think many of us are not thinking about or talking about enough is this idea of what people need to do to thrive in this next era. And most of it won't just be technical capabilities. There'll be people who need to continue to build their skills. So I want to make sure that we sit at that intersection. Hi, everyone. I'm Leah Murphy. I'm the CEO of Career Gems for the Journey, where we help professionals build thriving careers, navigating leadership, growth, change, professional development, and now AI. Today, I really want to talk about this idea of human value and make sure that we encapsulate it, because people can focus on what AI can do, but I don't want them to do that forgetting what people can still do best. So, generally, if you're with us, please drop your city in the chat. If you're joining us live, it helps us to know who's with us. And I have a question. If you can also drop in the chat, what makes us effective at work? Just give me an example. Is it communication? Is it leadership? Is it reliability, emotional intelligence? You name it. One of those three things. Tell me what makes people effective at work. Because the core belief that I have is it aligns to the World Economic Forum that some of the fastest growing skills that are valuable now include analytical thinking, resilience, adaptability, emotional intelligence, leadership, and creativity. These are human centered skills that I am still working directly with companies to build inside of their people and in their leaders. Now, AI can automate tasks, but most of what we need for work today is still very human centered. So AI can help write an email, but it's going to struggle with nuance or tension or relationships or trust or burnout or morale or navigating interpersonal connections. Think about the difficult conversations that you have to have at work. So AI can help draft talking points, but leadership still requires emotional intelligence, nuance in reading the room, listening carefully, building trust, having a strong credibility, having strong relationships are still really, really, really important. So many women have spent years developing some of these skills: communication, collaboration, emotional balancing and their own well-being, relationship management, navigating burnout, sitting in a sandwich generation, all of the things that we've talked about before. For years, these were called soft skills and soft skills alone. And oftentimes, organizations realize now that these are actually just business critical skills. So, I recently saw in the Harvard Business Review, it wrote extensively about emotional intelligence, adaptability, and those becoming more important during periods of disruption or distrust or concern or lack of clarity inside of your organization. So, trust, communication, executive presence, influence, all of those things that we've been working on and building have to remain a priority because technology alone is not leadership. Technology alone does not allow your business to grow. So, this idea of building emotional connection really allows a lot of professionals to reevaluate how they can use AI alongside them. Worrying about where AI is very capable may leave you in a place that you feel like there's nothing that you can do. And I want to give you an opportunity to reframe that. So we're seeing two kinds of professionals emerge: those that feel like they are competing against AI and those who are learning to work alongside it. And the difference between those two is human strategy, human connection, human leadership. All of these things remain really critical and important, where human intelligence and critical thinking working along AI is where the real transformation is going to happen. So, as we think about what technology we need to adapt to, I want to encourage us to adapt to technology. I want us to also think about where we need to grow and maintain our own core development competencies that AI cannot duplicate. And even now, more than ever, I want to make sure that we remind ourselves that we are critical human assets in the workforce today. And as we continue to grow and develop our skills, we become more valuable assets. Now, there's lots that are happening in the workplace that we absolutely can't control. And the investments around artificial intelligence is one of those things. But continuing to invest in your own professional development, your individual skills, your leadership, your relationship building, your trust, your collaboration, your ability to connect, emotional intelligence makes you a more valuable human that can work alongside of the technology that artificial intelligence produces and is being pushed into many, many organizations. So I want to encourage us to think about artificial intelligence as a coworker, as a collaborator. As we are navigating the workplace of today, we want to move to the point where we are reframing the idea of avoidance and we are adopting the idea of evolving our perspective so that we can continue to grow our careers. So, specifically, we at Career Gems for the Journey have gone deep into multimodal AI platforms, and multimodal is a word that I am now just getting a chance to learn to demonstrate my AI prowess as I continue to grow and learn, because it's not too late for us to upskill in this area. It's not too late for us to start our learning plan and to get into action around how we can fully leverage artificial intelligence while maintaining the highest level and the richest capability as it relates to human competencies and skills. So you'll see on the QR code here on the screen that you can scan this QR code and it will put you on the waiting list for Career Gems for the Journey AI course. What that allows us to do is for you to trust us as you already have, because many of you are here and have been here OGs with us for a long time, to trust us to help you make the transition to be human centered with AI competencies and working alongside AI as you continue to grow your career, because that's what we are here to help you do. Thriving careers incorporate that adaptability, and we want to be a part of it. And candidly, we know that as new opportunities open and those doors present themselves to many folks who are currently in the job market or looking for new opportunities, because there have been crazy amounts of separations and layoffs in the public sector and the private sector. Black women have been chief among them, affected by these layoffs and by these separations. So we know that there are definitely populations who are more at risk as we navigate this next phase of career. So we want to make sure that not only are we acknowledging that there are real factors that are outside of our control, that are unrelated to artificial intelligence, but directly impact our career, directly impact our livelihood, that directly impact our ability to bring wealth into our families that is important to us. We want to make sure that your human skills and we're being thoughtful about where we're going to apply that next level of human skills, because there's no there's no story that we can tell that doesn't include acknowledging that the workplace today as well as the job market today is brutal. It is absolutely brutal. And there are lots of really capable, talented, brilliant people, leaders in their own right, who are now on the outside of organizations where they never thought that they would be before. And they shouldn't be, in my opinion. They shouldn't be outside of their organizations. They shouldn't have gotten separated. And there isn't an advantage position that these companies are in for, or these organizations are in, for having created the separation that they have. we understand that a very there's a bigger play that is happening, and because we understand there's a bigger play that's happening, it really reminds us that we not only have to be very active in our how we spend our money, where we invest our time, where we invest our effort and emotions, especially when it comes to politics and making the right investments in where the relationships we are scrutinizing and evaluating. Those are the core human skills that I'm talking about. Those are the core competencies that are going to continue to be sharpened as we ride this wave. This wave has been rocky for a lot of us. And as someone who has been separated from an organization, someone who's experienced layoff, someone who has worked with clients through layoffs and separation, this idea that your skills are still valuable, they're still critical, they're still important, is something that I want to continue to remind us of, because sometimes we can believe that because an organization separated or laid us off, that we don't have the same level of value. We don't have as much to offer in this job market. And what I'm saying is, it is not about your current skills and capability. Very many of us have spent over a decade or 2 decades building strong capabilities and competencies that are still valuable. This this job market is just unlike any other one. So what I want to encourage us to do is to weather the storm, and while we are weathering the storm, to make sure that we're reinforcing the human skills that we know are critical to strong leadership and to having decision rights and to being inside of organizations, or to building our own organizations, or to partnering and collaborating with other small businesses, or to going into a whole new endeavor, a passion point that is specifically for you. Ultimately, you are valuable. You have brought so much to the table for yourself, for your community, for your organization. These human skills are still tremendously valuable. Now, in this next phase, we'll figure out what are the right organizations in order that we want to give our talents, give our skills, and give our gifts to, or we want to partner with in order to grow our career. Your career is your own. We're all navigating our individual journeys, and there is no shame that should be had in being forced into making a new set of decisions for yourself as it relates to career. And even though a company may have forced or an organization have made a choice, you are still a valuable asset. And as we navigate weathering this storm, I want you to make sure you are taking the opportunity to upskill in areas that are going to be valuable for you, that are going to keep you fully engaged and keep you leveraging the human skills that you already have. Because I believe that there will be a tide that turns. I believe that we are in a place that we can't stay in. The economy can't stay in this place. At some point, we must begin to bring people back into the workforce, and we don't know how that's going to look, but we want you to be prepared when it does. We want you to have skills in navigating artificial intelligence while sharpening your human skills that cannot be replaced by artificial intelligence. And we want to support you as you make that investment in yourself, as you continue to make investments in yourself, as I know that you've done for years and decades and years, because the audience that we support is brilliant, talented, capable, diverse, innovative, just the best of the best. And I am so grateful to have the Career Gems for the Journey community, because you all continue to remind me and teach me that weathering this storm means that you will come out on the other end having reinvested in yourself and having pivoted and shifted towards something that makes the most sense for you, because that is what you are doing. That is what you are built to do. And that is why helping differently, evolving differently, is a real core tenet of how we're going to continue to support the professionals that we get to work with on a day-to-day basis. So scan the QR code, get on our wait list. Specifically, it'll take you over to gemsforthejourney.org. The course launches, the AI workshop, I should say. It launches in June of 2026, so just next month. You got to get on the wait list now so you know more about how to participate. It's fully virtual, so you don't have to go in person anywhere. And it is a live course. This is not something that you will move at self pace that's pre recorded. For this type of engagement, this type of workshop, we really thought it was important to have an actual instructor to be able to deliver this content to you. And I want to leave you with this. I get the pleasure of being able to work directly side by side with large organizations that are still making critical decisions about how artificial intelligence is going to be used in their organization. Those decisions are happening right now. They are ongoing and they are still going to be impacting the way you work. So, knowing that the ship has not already sailed, if you're still in an organization, there is still opportunity for you to learn and grow and for you to make sure that you extract as much value from your learning and development plan and resources as possible so that you can continue to develop yourself and position yourself to be more marketable, to be well positioned for what the future may hold. So I'm here to tell you, you can still upskill in this area. You can still make the right investment and you are not behind. So, as many times as we can tell ourselves that there's still an opportunity for us to grow and develop in an area, then it takes away the fear or the trepidation that is, I think, overly noisy in a lot of our social media as well as traditional media platforms. The noisiness and the distraction is harming our ability to really hone in. And that's why I'm doing this work, because I want to make sure that you know you're not alone in navigating this and you're not behind. So use the energy that you have now to make sure that you invest in upscaling in the right way and you do it right alongside your human skills and human capabilities that you have developed over decades and decades of being a phenomenal professional. So I hope that you believe me. I hope that you hear me. I hope that when you take action so that you can grow and upskill in the area and not to admonish yourself or to believe that you are too far behind to get started. I've been there. Half of the battle is to put one foot in front of the other to start. Half of the battle is to try. Half of the battle is to put yourself in a position to be able to win. And I understand that now is the craziest time to, in our lifetime, craziest time in my lifetime to be navigating workplace, to be navigating the job market, to be navigating this current economy. It is the craziest time. And I acknowledge that fully. So, controlling my controllables, what can we do? Is something that I'm deeply passionate about. And I want to support you in controlling your controllables in a really thoughtful, well invested way. So if that works for you, I appreciate you riding with us. I appreciate you being here. We will not be live for the next 2 weeks. I have some really exciting things that are happening. I'll be in person with a client on the 19th of May, so I won't be able to join you live then. And then I'm going to be taking some time to enjoy the graduation season and spending time with my loved ones. So I am going to take the rest of the month of May off from going live. I will see you in June. And when we come back together in June, we'll be going into the depth of not just human skills, not just artificial intelligence, but where those two things meet and how we can bring some real solid examples of professionals to life of how they're currently using artificial intelligence. We'll have some experts that'll join us. It's going to be dope. So I'm excited for the lives that are to come. So for the next 2 weeks, please do take an opportunity to watch some of our replays, get caught up so that when we come back in June, you are locked in and we're starting from a really strong foundation. So I appreciate you for riding with us. Please make your journey work for you, and I will see you on the other side.